Only 30% of family businesses survive to the second generation. 10 to 15% make it to the third. And the number one reason they fail is not money, it's not competition, and it's not economy. Do you have a guess? Well, it is knowledge transfer. The founder's wisdom, the client relationships, the pricing instincts, the decision making that built the business never makes it to the next leader. It stays in one person's head. And when that person steps back, it vanishes. Now, here is what nobody is talking about. That same knowledge transfer problem is the exact reason most businesses fail at AI. I'm Jerry Ilaw, the co-founder of Darky and Automa and the founding president of the Philippine AI Business Association. And in this video, I will show you why AI adoption in a family business is not a technology problem. It is a general partnership. And the family that gets this right does not just survive to the second generation, it accelerates. Now, let me paint the picture. In the Philippines, 99.5% of businesses are MSMEs, micro, small, and medium enterprises. And the vast majority of those are family-run. They contribute 40% of our GDP and provide 63% of all jobs. These are not small players. Family businesses are the backbone of Philippine economy. But the survival rate across these generations is brutal. Only 30% make it from founder to second generation. That means 70 do not survive beyond the founder. When researchers and consultants study why these businesses fail during transition, the same pattern appears again and again. The founder built the business over 20, 30, or sometimes 40 years. They developed the instincts for pricing. They built personal relationships with every major client and then carry decades of wisdom in their memory. And almost none of it is written down. So when the handoff happens, whether through retirement, illness, or death, the next generation inherits the asset but not the wisdom. Hindi kasama yung kaalaman sa mamanahin. So here is the connection that changes everything. Think about what AI needs to work well for a business. It needs your company's specific knowledge, your processes, your client history, your pricing knowledge, your decision patterns. We talked about this in our Knowledge Vault video just a while ago. AI without your proprietary data is just a generic tool that gives generic answer. Now, think about what succession needs to work well. It needs the same thing, the founder's knowledge, documented and transferable, the processes, the client relationships, the decision-making logic. They should all be written down somewhere so that the next leader can access them. Same knowledge, same documentation, but same problem. So the succession crisis and the AI adoption crisis are the same crisis. They are the same problems wearing different clothes. And here is the good news. If you solve one problem, you solve the other. So that means that if you document it for the next generation, you have also prepared it for AI. So you are hitting two birds with one stone. This is why AI adoption in a family business is not a technology project. It is a succession strategy that happens to use technology. Now, you might be thinking, if the solution is just straightforward, that's documenting the founder's knowledge, then why has it not happened in most family businesses? Because the real blocker is not technology. It is culture. In most family Filipino businesses, there is someone in the next generation, an anak, an apo, or a pamangkin, who already knows which AI tools the company should use. They have tried ChatGPT, Claude, or other vibe coding tools. They have experimented with automation. They have ideas. But they have never brought it up because of hiya or respeto. Suggesting a new way of doing things can feel like you're telling your parents that their way was wrong. And in Filipino culture, that is not just uncomfortable, it feels like disrespect. Meanwhile, on the other side, the founder often knows the business needs to modernize, but asking the young generation for help with technology feels like admitting weakness, like losing authority. So they do not ask. So let me give you a way to think about this. A family business across generations is like a relay race. The founder is the first runner. They built the lead, they ran their leg of the race with everything they had, an early mornings, the personal sacrifices, the decades of learning. The lead is real and is valuable. But the next generation is the second runner. They bring fresh energy, new skills, and in today's world, digital and AI fluency. They can run faster with better tools. But here is the thing about relay races. They are not won by the fastest individual runner. They are won by the cleanest handoff. And that handoff zone is the window of time where both generations overlap in business, where the founder is still active and the next generation is already involved. And that window is now. The baton is the company's knowledge, the founder's wisdom, documented and transferable. And if the baton drops, if that knowledge never gets passed, it does not matter how fast the second runner is. The business stalls. And AI? AI is what makes the second runner faster. It multiplies their capability, but it can only work with a baton that was handed off cleanly. So here is something that you can do this week. One exercise, 60 minutes. The next generation sits down with a founder or any senior family member who carries critical knowledge and asks one of these questions. How do you decide which clients to prioritize? How do you set the price when a new customer comes in? Or what do you check before you approve a big order? Record a conversation, type it, transcribe it, save it. That single document is simultaneously three things. First, it is a succession asset. Knowledge that used to live in one person's head is now preserved. Second, it is an AI training document. You can feed it to AI and suddenly the AI understands your business and not just any generic business. And third, it is the first deposit in your knowledge vault that we discussed in a separate video. It is the start of a proprietary data advantage your competitor cannot copy. So one conversation, three outcomes, and all it costs is just 60 minutes. So here is your self-check. If you are the founder, when was the last time you sat down with your anak or apo and explained not just what you do, but why did you do it? Not the tasks, but the reasoning and the instincts behind those decisions. Now, if you are the next generation, when was the last time you asked your parents? So, the next time that someone asks you about family business and AI, here is what you can say. The succession crisis and the AI adoption crisis are the same crisis. Both need the founder's knowledge to be documented and transferred before it's too late. And a family business that gets the handoff right, where the founder's wisdom meets the next generation's AI fluency, does not just survive the second generation, it accelerates. This will work no matter what industry you are in. And one of the most common family businesses here in the Philippines is related to food. So if you are in the restaurant or food business where scaling from one branch to many is a difficult challenge, watch this next video where I break down the 3 AI use cases every growing Filipino restaurant needs. Again, I'm Jerry Ilaw, the co-founder of Tarki and Otoma and the founding president of the Philippine AI Business Association, reminding you that the best family business are not built by one generation. They are built by the handoff between them. See you in the next video.